Let me tell you the truth nobody ever told you. You're not broke because of your job. You're not broke because you're bad with money. You're definitely not broke because you haven't found the right opportunity. Most people are broke for one reason and one reason only. They were taught the wrong rules about money. And the way you think about money affects how you respond with money. And they've been living by those rules their entire life without questioning them, without even thinking about it. Think about it. School didn't teach you anything about money. They may have taught you how to count, but that's it. Your parents probably didn't taught you anything either. And society only teaches you to get a job, go to school, work hard, get good grades, and get a good job. But they never actually teach you how to get ahead, how to beat the system. So, growing up, you're being taught these lies. Time is money. You probably said it. You probably taught you need money to make money. Money is evil. Budgeting is restrictive. Your job will make you wealthy. And here's the brutal truth. Not one of these statements is actually true. Not one. Because if you believe those lies long enough, if it becomes your financial identity, you start to align your thoughts and your patterns into those lies. And it shapes your decisions, it shapes your future, and it limits your potential. And it quietly destroys your wealth year after year. So in this video, I'm going to expose those 5 lies that we were taught, the lies that keep people stuck, stressed, and struggling. I'm going to replace it with truth that wealthy people actually live by. Let me ask you something. What do you really think money is? Most people just see it as bills or coins or numbers in a bank account. But have you ever actually stopped to think about, like, what really is money? The truth is money isn't real, at least not in the way most people think it is. It's not backed by gold or silver. It's not even your paycheck. Money is simply a tool, a system, a way us humans agreed to measure value. So we can trade what we want for what others want. Think about it. Back in the day, an egg farmer wanted a blacksmith to do something, so he traded his eggs. But the blacksmith did one job and he got some eggs, and then the egg farmer wanted to do some more jobs. The blacksmith was like, I don't need any more eggs, I've got too many eggs already. So they started a barter system, and they used shells and rocks and gems till eventually they created coins, silver and gold. These humans were smart. They said, let's create something that represents value, something everyone can agree on. That's how money was born. It's a promise. I'll give you this piece of paper or with these numbers on it, and you can trade value with it. Today, tomorrow, next week. It's a store of value. And we moved away from those trinkets and gems to gold, and then we replaced the gold with notes. And a note, a dollar coin, is a representation. It's an agreement. It's actually not actually backed by anything. Now, here's the problem most people run into. Nobody's taught them how money actually works. Most of us were taught only myths, lies, half-truths, that people keep working harder and harder for less and less. They're chasing money instead of making money work for them. And that's actually where we're going to break down today the 5 biggest lies about money. Okay, so let's go. Ready? Lie number 1. Oh, number 1. I'm going to change the color. Here we go. Okay, lie number 1. Time equals money. Or time is money. Have you ever said that? Have you heard someone else say that? It sounds smart, sounds wise. But if you actually think about it, time is not equal to money. Think about it. If I offered you $1 million today with one caveat, one restriction, you had to end your life today, would you take it? No, because you understand that you can get more money, but you can't get more time. Does that make sense? Time, we understand that time is greater than money, right? It's worth more than money. But everyone says time is money. And if you believe this lie, you'll trade a whole bunch of your time for someone else's money, right? Work hard, get a good job. Time is money. If time equals money, then every 24 hours means you'd be rich, right? We have the same 24 hours as a billionaire. No, but it's value. Think about it. The cleaner at your office works hard, right? The truck driver works hard. The single mum working 2 jobs, she works hard. They're not broke because they're lazy. They're broke because they've been taught to trade their hours instead of create value. And here's the truth. Wealthy people know money does not come from time. Money comes from value. If time created money, then nurses would be millionaires. People working 80, 90, 100 hours a week would be millionaires. Tradies would retire at 40. Teachers would be healthy. Overtime would be the path to financial freedom. And that's not the reality, is it? Because the market doesn't value your time. The market is looking for value. The more value you can add, the more people will pay you. That's the difference. One person earns $40 an hour. The next can earn $40,000 an hour. It's the same hour. It's because one person's doing a task that's less valuable. Does that make sense? A barista and a CEO have the same hour in the day. It's just the difference is so wide. Does that make sense? You only ever try to work more hours instead of learning how to increase your value. It traps you into survival mode. It keeps you in an hourly mindset. It traps you in the belief that more time equals more income. But that's limiting. That's restrictive because we've all got the same hours in the day. Our money generation can't be tied to time. We have to trade it. We have to tie it to something else. Let me ask you something. What skills can you build that increase value to others? Because time is not money. Time is greater than money, and value is money. Value is unlimited. Okay. Ready? Number 2. You need money to make money. This second lie people repeat without even thinking about it. You need money to make money. And this one sounds logical too, right? It sounds responsible. It even sounds maybe wise. If you needed money to make money, then nobody who grew up broke could ever become wealthy. Think about it. In history, proves the opposite. There's hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people that have started off poor and became rich. Think about it. Every first generation millionaire, every immigrant, every person who started at zero, every entrepreneur started in the garage, every tradesperson who built a business from nothing, every person who climbed out of poverty, if money was the requirement, the only thing they needed, then they all beat the odds. This doesn't actually make sense. If this was true, you need money to make money, then all those people, they couldn't do it. They didn't start with money, they started with skills, discipline, focus, and a decision to create value for others. And here's what wealthy people know. Money comes from value. Money comes from skills. Skills come from learning. Learning costs almost nothing. Ever heard of YouTube? You can learn a whole lot on YouTube. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Plenty of content out there to learn. All right, let me show you the real equation. If you need money, then why do people who have money lose it? Lotto winners, people that get inheritance from kids, high earners with no discipline, people with finance everywhere, people who look rich but are drowning in debt. They don't stay wealthy because they didn't have the skills. That is the real truth. Money doesn't make money. Value does. And you, yes, you can make value for others. You don't need 50 grand to start. You can start by building your skills. You need to start a skill that helps someone. You need to solve a problem for someone. You can be a service that you can offer to someone. Work ethic. Most people don't have it. Money is the result of value, not the starting point. Let me make it plain. A person with $0 and a valuable skill will always outperform a person with 50 grand and no skill. Because the broke person can learn, they can build, they can grow, they can improve. The person with money but no skill can only spend it. And eventually the money runs out. The money can be a seed, but money is an investment. It's also a harvest. And once you understand that, you stop waiting for the more money and you start building today, starting today. Okay. Number 3. This is a big one. Money is evil. Have you ever heard that? I'm sure you've heard money is the root of all evil. Oh, sorry, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. People misquote it. But money can't be evil. Because if money equaled evil, that means every evil thing, if money, because is means equal to, if you look at English, money equals are the same, that you can transmit that, so money equals evil. That means every evil you've ever done, you've done for money. That doesn't make sense. My children can't even, they do plenty of evil things all the time. We're born, our default is to do bad things, evil, and they don't do it for money because they don't understand the value of money. So that can't be true, right? Let's talk about this one's damaging. Money is evil. You've heard it from teachers, religions, families, people who've had no money. But here's what's crazy. Money is not evil. Money is not good. Money is not bad. It's neutral. It's a tool, nothing more, nothing less. A hammer can be used for good or evil. It can be there to build a house or break into a window. A knife can prepare a meal or it can harm someone. A car can take you on a holiday or used recklessly. Money is exactly the same. It's a tool. The tool isn't the issue. The heart behind the tool is. And here's where the lie comes from. The Bible is misquoted. It says money is the root of all evil, but it actually says the love of money is the root of all evil. And it's not all meaning every single solitary. It's all types of evil, all different types. People will do all types of malice to get money. You've seen it. I've watched a TV show about gangs, drug lords, and all the rest of it. Good people can do more if they've got money. Bad people can do more if they've got bad money. Money simply amplifies what you are doing already. If you're generous, more money, you can be more generous. If you're wise, more money makes you more wise, more strategic, help others. If you're reckless, more money will make you more reckless. If you're selfish, more money is going to make you more selfish. It magnifies whatever you are inside already. But here's the lie that destroys people. If you secretly believe this lie, that money is evil, you will push it away. You will self-sabotage. You'll feel guilty. Why do people feel the need to say, I give back? Who are they giving back to? They haven't hurt anyone. They haven't done anything. You can give. I don't give back, I give, right? I don't owe anyone anything. Think about it. You can attract something you've received. How can you manage money? Think about it. If you feel wrong for having it, you'll push it away. How can your wealth grow while believing it's dangerous or it's evil? That's why the enemy wants you, and your financial future is poverty. His lie says we should have no money. We should be guilty of having money. We should be a poor mindset. Shame around earning money, shame around wanting more, shame around building wealth. But here's the truth. Money doesn't change your heart, it reveals it. If you're a good person, when you're broke, you'll be even better when you're wealthy. If you help people now, you'll help people more when you're successful. If you live wisely now, you live wisely more with more options. Money in the hands of a good person is a blessing, not a burden. So stop letting guilt hold you back. Money isn't evil. Money is fuel. Fuel for impact, fuel for freedom, fuel for your calling. Okay, let's have a look at number 4. Budgeting is restrictive. Have you ever driven down a road and people are staying on the left side of the road, following the road rules? The rules on the road keep us safe. This lie that budgeting is restrictive, it's a falsehood. It's almost everyone believes it without even thinking. Budget is restrictive. It controls me too much. People hear the word the budget and it's negative and they're anxious and they're like, I can't have fun. I'm not allowed to spend any money. My life will shrink. I'm trapped. That's what broke people think. But here's the truth. Wealthy people understand a budget doesn't restrict your life. It controls you. It gives you boundaries and it allows you to freedom in the areas that you want about it. Think about it. You don't budget. Think about it. When you don't budget, you're not free. You're out of control. You're living in reaction. You're living in stress. You're living in surprise bills. Oh, why did this turn up? Where's the money gone? A budget's not punishment, it's permission. A budget doesn't say you can't spend. A budget says, how can I spend this on what's actually needed? It's not restrictive, it's clarity. Let me break it down. Broke people budget by accident. Rich people budget on purpose. Rich people tell their money where to go. Broke people spend first and wish later. Rich people plan first and prosper later. Budgeting isn't restrictive. It actually builds freedom. Once you taste financial peace, you never go back. Here's the budget shift. A budget is a fence that protects you from financial danger. It's not a cage that traps you. A budget doesn't shrink your life, it expands it. It expands the surplus. It actually allows you to reduce debt, reduce stress, not have overdrafts, not living paycheck to paycheck, not buying things that you can't afford, waking up stressed about money, having no cushion, no emergencies when things come up. Saying no to opportunities. A budget is the opposite. It gives you control, peace, freedom, options, directions, confidence. Because when you control your money, you control your future. And budget isn't restrictive. Budget is focus. Okay, the last one. Number 5. Your job will make you wealthy. Guess what your boss's job is? Your boss's job is to pay you for the work you do. That's their job, full stop. It's not to make you wealthy. Your job, if you work someone, is to make the business profitable. Think about it. If your job, whatever your job is, and you made the business less money, you're probably going to get fired pretty quick. Your job isn't to restrict the budget, but your job is to grow the income. It doesn't matter what job you do. I mean, you might be an admin, and that's not your direct result of your work. But if you were just an expense, if your wage was just an expense, and you didn't contribute to the growth of the business or the functioning of the business, you'd be made redundant pretty quick. This fifth lie, almost everyone believes growing up. Your job will make you wealthy. This might be the most dangerous of all, because it sounds responsible, it sounds stable, it sounds safe. But the truth is, your job was never designed to make you wealthy. Your job was designed to keep you working. It's to keep you relying on that income. And that's not an insult. It's the system. It's the way it was designed. Think about it. You go to work, you get paid just enough to keep going, just enough to keep the lights on. It's never enough to break free. You work hard, you show up, you give it everything, your time, your energy, your effort, your life. And at the end of the week, your reward is a paycheck. It disappears before you can even think about it. People call it payday, but it's really transfer day. They receive all the funds and they divvy it all out. Because the job creates an income, but income is not the same as wealth. You can work 40 years at a job and still retire broke. Not because you didn't work hard, but because you worked hard on the wrong thing. Let me break it down plainly. Your job pays bills. It doesn't build wealth. Your job provides stability. It doesn't provide freedom. Your job funds your life now. It doesn't secure your life later. People who build wealth, they don't just depend on their job. Use your job to build assets, to buy assets. Create a surplus, create skills, start a side hustle, start a side income. Use your job to build wealth. Your job's job is not to make you wealthy. Your job should be the thing that gives you the stability, the income, the starting point to build something better. A skill that multiplies your income, a side hustle, a side business that grows your main business, investments that compound over time, assets that grow as you sleep. Because this is the truth. You will never earn wealth by trading your time for money. Your wealth is by trading value, skill, and wisdom. That's how you get wealth. Your job gives you the seed, the starting point, but you have to plant it. You have to water it. You have to multiply it. You have to make it grow. Get a job. Go for it. You'll be fine. That's what people say, right? Work hard, study hard, get good grades, get a good job. But wealthy people know a job is the beginning. It's not the destination. And once you stop expecting your job to make you wealthy, you can finally start to shift. When you change the lies, you change your life. If you have a look at all these 5 lies, let's have a look. Time is money. You need money to make money. Money is evil. Budgeting is restrictive. Your job's job is to make you wealthy. They all have one thing in common. They all make you think small, think limited. They make you stay stuck in a system that was never designed to help you win. The system is designed to keep you stuck. And if you don't realize that, you need a newsflash. These lies don't just affect your money, they affect your mindset, your confidence, your habits, your decisions, your directions, your entire financial life. And the good news is, the moment you understand that these lies, you can replace them with truth. Because the truth of the matter is, time is greater than money. It's so much more valuable. You don't need money to make money. You need skills. Money isn't evil. It's a tool. It'll magnify what you are already. Budgeting isn't restrictive. It's freedom. It keeps you safe. And your job isn't designed to make you wealthy, but it's the starting point. You are the greatest asset you have. You can build skills. You can build surplus. You can create investments, assets. When you shift your beliefs, you shift your behaviors. And when you shift your behaviors, the result is life-changing. Here's what I want you to hear. You're not stuck. You're not behind. You're not disqualified. You're just being taught the wrong things. So thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you on the next video.